Today I show you how to dry apples easily using a historical method, and then you can store it for a long time. German immigrants in the US know this technique as it was commonly used in the Rhineland. Welcome on my YouTube channel where I revive the flavor of the 18th century and want to rediscover the techniques of the 18th century. And yes, before we start we need to clarify why we dry apples. And we have different kinds of apples. Some apples can be stored very long, and they was taken away by ships and for the winter, and a normal earth place, I don't know, earth cellar was enough to store the apples. But some apples, they go bad very fast, and these are very early ripe apples. They are ripe in the end of July, and they can be stored for some weeks, and then they go broke. And this is why we need to work with them very fast. And you can make apple mousse, marmalade, cakes, everything like this, or dry them. And in my home region in Germany, there was a technique, they used it for hundreds of years, maybe by the Roman back then, and this is the drying outside on the air. And this technique I want to show you today. I think German immigrants in the US have used the same technique back then because they know the technique from his homeland. And yeah, let's start. Now we are in my garden and I make this over this bed. Here are some herbs inside, is everything fine, but I have this garden and a lot of kids playing in this very often, and I need to make a little bit safe for the apples. Two reasons: the kids can eat them or run against them and they're falling to ground. And the second reason is I think there will come a lot of yellow jackets, and if the kids know there are yellow jackets, and then we don't go on this place. Because of this I built this very high to save the apples. It dry a little bit faster if it is built closer to the ground, because there's also a little bit warmer, but it's fine. And I built this here. It's very easy. I make this 4 sticks inside, and then I build 4 to each other. There is like a platform, and then you will see I put the apples on top. This is our basic, and this is very easy. You see, it's moving a lot, but this is no problem. It need to be strong and don't fall down, and this is perfect. And now we can go on to the apple slices. I'm already in the next step, and I do this because with a lot of apple you need a lot of time to finish all of these apples. It's very easy. What I have here, I cut the apples, the sides off, and then I take out the stones. You can peel it. I don't do it because the most healthful ingredients are in the peel, and I like it to eat it later with peel. And now I really cut it out. This takes short time. Today we have tools for this, but back then they don't have the tools. This is why I don't use these tools to take out the stones. Yeah. And now I slice them in a 1/4 of an inch thickness. You can make it smaller, and then you get more like chips, very crispy, but not so soft. I like it a little bit like leather softness of the apple chips. But you can do this by your taste. I take the 1/4 of an inch, and then I take the slices. Okay, this is, I can't use it, and put them here inside. This is just water with citron. Very easy and uncomplicated. because if you dip them inside, they don't get brown. And this, you can do it, you don't need to do this. It's very easy. And then I take a stick and put all the apples on the stick. Like this. Oh, just go. Sometimes apple go broke. The kids can eat it later. Put all the apples on the stick. Like this. I make some more and then I'll show you how I hang it. And is the stick full, I go to the place what I have built and put on the stick, and then I separate all apple slices that the air can circulate between each of them. This is very important for the drying process, and yes, it takes a little bit time, and I make one stick after the next stick that they can dry in the next days. The apples need to hang there for several days. How many days? I'm not sure. It is different. Some description write about 3 days, other about 10 days. It's only important that it's not raining, and if it's raining 1 or 2 days, I will put it in a house that they can rest there. But then I will leave them in the sun in the hot days and hope they will dry in the next several days. And then I can say you how long it takes, and this way for me this year. 6 days are gone, and you see it's changed a lot in this area. Our apple rings for 6 days are finished, and I take them with me now. But before I do this, I talk a little bit about this area here. I have built it up because I will dry apples now the next, I think, 2 or 3 months. And one row is not enough for me. Because of this, I have make a second row with a lot of apples. It's important to have enough space between. The reason is that the air can really circulate really good through the apple rings, and also they all get sunlight too. There's just a little bit shadow, but not so much if they are too close. So easy and fast is this to dry apples and make apple rings. And now what I do, I need to store them, and for this I use a linen bag, and I fill this up, close it and hang it up in a dry room for storing it, and step by step we eat this apple rings shortly. What I now do is I go through all of them, put them in the bag, and sometimes they are very thick, and if I push a little bit, it feels more like they are a little bit juicy inside. I put them on the side, and later I will open them very gentle, and then I can see is there some juice inside. And if there are juice inside, I eat them immediately because I don't want to throw them away, but I can't store them. There's 2 ways what you can do with them. Eat them immediately before they are going bad, or dry them longer. And for the 3 or 4 apple ring there is not dried completely, I eat them and have no clue with them and put new apple rings on my stack. And yes, they will not last a long time by us at home. The kid will eat them, and I will eat them when I go and travel a little bit with my 18th century gear through the woods, and then I need something to eat. The people in the 18th century want to store their food, and they search so many different ways they can. And another method is to make a wine, but normally a wine take months, maybe or years to have a really good wine. And for this reason, they search methods to make a wine in just few days. And I found a recipe to make a sherry wine in 10 days. The video is linked here, and the outcome is amazing. It tastes wonderful, and I can only recommend, try it out, make your own sherry wine in 10 days, and learn a historical technique how the people, our ancestors, have done this wine.